Thank you very much. And I don't want to use much of slides, so to force you a little bit to listen. So everybody is talking about AI nowadays, yeah, and large language models, generative AI, and so on are taking over all parts of society and clearly also claim to change the way we do science. Now, AI has this unstoppable hunger for data, and that's why we need data. So this is a very short story, but how do we get this data? Now, the International Heatflow Commission obviously reacted to this challenge and organized this long-standing challenge to make this data fair and accessible. Now, what does it mean to do this and to use this? Now, think of your cabinet at home. Yeah, I mean, you think you may have a way to organize things, and I even believe that it works for you. And then you buy new things, yeah? And over a time, after a while, you throw it over your system, and you have to introduce a new system or readjustment. Otherwise, it doesn't work anymore. Yeah, and now here we have more than 130 people organizing their stuff, yeah? And we want to bring this all together and find a way such that it works for all of them. Such that everybody can find stuff in there. And not only these 130 people, yeah, but many, many outside there too. So from this perspective, yeah, you already get a little bit of an idea what it means to organize this data and to make sure that things are findable, yeah, accessible, and then at the end of the day, you even want to have it interoperable and reusable. And here now comes AI, and wants to have all this data and also wants to use this data and understand the context. Now, the way data managers do this is we talk about harmonization, we talk about standardization. Yeah, you've heard a lot about metadata standards, you've heard about ontologies, vocabularies. Now, this is all there to make sure that we provide this data in a meaningful way and that we also provide the context the data has been taken with. Now for this context, yeah, that's what we call metadata. We need also agreements and standards. And the better these standards are, the richer the metadata is, the better it is for making this data reusable. Now, and in this sense, yeah, we have to make sure that while collecting all of this data, we also collect this metadata, we make a quality control, and we make sure this is all delivered to the place where it has to be, in a reliable, repeatable, sustainable way. And this is all about workflows, and this is why we need all these workflows. Now, digitalization can help us a lot here. The first thing to start with is we need to identify these objects we collect along the way. This is why we need persistent identifiers. Yeah, so it's very, very important. If you think at the end, you want to have an AI making use of all this data, to really start right at the beginning where the data is being created, to follow up, to make sure you do this within digital processes, because nobody, even not this great group here, can sit together and do this manually for all the time in the future. And to follow up this data, you need these identifiers. Yeah, you heard about a couple of these persistent identifiers, DOIs for documents. You heard about the IGSN for physical objects, ROR for organizations, and stuff like this. So these are internationally adopted identifiers, persistent identifiers. So you can guarantee that tomorrow, people coming after us will still understand what's being collected there and for why and how things are connected. Now, once you've done that, you need these workflows, and you need to establish these workflows. And this is a lot of talking, yeah? A lot of this work where you don't get high impact paper points for, but which is so important to get all this data together in a concise way. And even with all of that, this data is still not interoperable in a technical sense, because we now want algorithms to help us. We want algorithms to help us search for the data. We want algorithms to help us to interpret the data, to get use out of this data. So we also want to make sure that whatever we agree on this long journey of setting up these standards is machine readable, or in better words, machine actionable, so that really algorithms can be used. Now, with this short glimpse of just retelling a story you have heard this morning 2 or 3 times at least, yeah, I want to basically just raise your sense for how important this work here is for us, data scientists, to then deal with the data. Yeah? And at the end of the day, I want to do similar things as you. I want to do science. And I still spend, out of my 100%, yeah, 70–80% of my time searching to gather data. Yeah? And then only the rest, the remaining part, to do science. So in this sense, I think we all join, and then we can value this effort. Now, this is the way we approach data management at GFZ. This is the way we do it in our data hub in NFDI for Earth. This is the way we embed this into our national and international consortia. And I think this is the way we all basically have to get used to, yeah, in organizing and accessing research data management. And if we do so, yeah, at the end of the day, we can then look at these nice tools, playing with the data, yeah, getting new ideas by just exploring what is there, yeah, having the chance to ask new research questions because we can combine things, and at the end of the day also, yeah, use these new emerging technologies like generative AI, yeah, to really help us use algorithms, yeah, to create something like knowledge out of this huge amount of data. So in this sense, the only thing I can do now is to congratulate the International Heatflow Commission that they pushed on this project. I can congratulate mostly you, Sven, Kirsten, and all the group who's been participating here for putting this together. Yeah, keep the efforts up, keep on going, and for all of you, make use of this data, make use of these services for a better science and a lot of fun in the future. Thank you.